What's up YouTube, JoshahOfAllTrades here, and today I'm talking about the HBO miniseries that just ended, Little Big Lies. Now this show really surprised me. I didn't know what to think of it, and actually going in when I saw the trailers, I thought the show was going to be about swingers. I don't know why, I just got that vibe from it. It seemed kind of weird, and it didn't seem to be my thing, but we were just sitting at home watching TV one day. I think the first episode was already out. It was on the day the second episode aired. My girlfriend's like, hey, let's check it out. And I thought, man, okay, let's do it. And so we watched the first one, we watched the second one, and I was hooked. Like at that moment, I wanted to know what was going to happen. And I didn't get to see all the episodes on time, so I didn't do reviews. And even this video, I don't think I'm doing a review, but I just want to talk to you about a few things that I think the show did very, very well, that I hope HBO picks up and ports into future series because it knocked it out of the ballpark. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first thing that I really liked about this series, and you can probably guess it, is the soundtrack. It was just amazing. They had all sorts of artists of all genres, of all time periods, from the B-52s to Alabama Shakes to Leon Bridges. Zoe Kravitz had her song in there. Like, everyone was on the soundtrack, and it was so good because the sound and the music became like this character of its own, that while we saw these characters like living their lavish lives and going about doing these like trendy chic things, the music was also giving off that vibe, and so we felt like we were in that moment the entirety of each of the shows. It was so good that I would just watch the show for an hour, and then I'd be walking around like, man, I feel I got some sort of like good taste in music just because I've listened to an hour of good music just now. The only kind of iffy thing for me was in the show, like even the kids, like these little, I don't know how they were, like 6-7-year-old kids were on their iPads looking up Sade and listening to soul music and getting into it. And I don't know if that's real or not, to be honest with you. Like, I knew that the rich kids wore better clothes and they got better toys and better school and education, but like, do they really get to listen to better music? Because if that's the case, I'm going to be broke, but I'm going to make sure my kids listen to some good music. The second big thing that I really enjoyed about Little Big Lies is the show had this very like targeted sense of linearity throughout it. From the very first episode, once we learn that a murder is going to occur, you know, we're constantly guessing about what was going to happen next and, you know, what each character's narrative arc was going to be. And everything connected really good. Like, it was taking us all to the same place. Even the details, like in the credits, you know, it took me a few episodes to realize that, you know, the costumes they were in was from the party that's going to happen. And, you know, everything tied together so nicely. And this was really divergent from the last big HBO series that I really, really followed, which was Westworld. That was more of like a fluid, conceptual show where things just happened, and it was like a thinking show to watch. And while that was good, you know, and it has its place, I really liked Little Big Lies because it was fun to watch, it was easy to watch, I didn't have to kill myself thinking about it, and everything just flowed in a very natural way throughout this. And then third, the last thing that I think Little Big Lies did really, really well was the amount of finesse and nuance they put into character development. This show was only 7 episodes. That's 7 hours, or like 6.5 hours once you cut out a little bit for the credits. So they did not have a lot of time for exposition, but they did phenomenal in having a core set of characters, and we got to know each of these people individually. We got to see them when they were alone, and we got to see how they internalized the things they were experiencing. And then we also never lost track that all these people are very painfully aware of what other people think about them, and they're managing their impressions the entire time. And it was good to see that from the core characters. It was great that we even got some of that from the husbands and the assisting characters. Just the whole thing was put together with a lot of thought, and you can tell they put effort into making sure that we understand these people aren't just rich people that live this lifestyle that is so far away from us that we're disconnected as humans, but they're individuals, and they're people that go through experiences that are pretty similar to what you and I go through. I am not going to say the series was flawless. I'm sure there were some things that they could have improved on, but overall, at the end of each episode, I was excited to see the next one. I'm really, really glad that HBO put this out there because it was a great miniseries, and although I think it was good, they put closure on it, they told the story, and that's it. I would like a second season or like another story from the universe that this happened in, because it was such a good show. So I enjoyed watching it, surprisingly, and my recommendation is, if you haven't checked it out yet, then you should invest the 7 hours into watching Little Big Lies, because it is impeccably good and you will enjoy it. I am open for feedback though, so if you've already seen Little Big Lies, go ahead and leave a comment below and let me know what you thought about it. That's all I got for today. I hope everyone's doing well, and I will see y'all later. Take care, y'all. Bye.